In November 2019, the Hamad Medical Corporation announced that it would provide a $2.1 million drug free of cost to all Qatari children who had spinal muscular atrophy. This makes it the most expensive treatment in the world. My name is Satajaz, and today we'll talk about what is spinal muscular atrophy and how can we fix it. Spinal muscular atrophy, or SMA, is a genetic disorder in which a person slowly loses control over their muscles. Over time, it can become quite difficult to sit upright, to eat food, or even breathe. This is caused by faulty cells in the nervous system. Think of the nervous system as a web of wires that runs throughout the body, carrying signals from the brain and the spine to elsewhere. This network is made of billions of cells called neurons. Some of these cells, called motor neurons, are responsible for sending signals to our muscles, telling them that they should move. Most of these kinds of neurons live in the spinal cord. In those with SMA, these cells are unable to tell muscles how to move. The signal just never gets there. When muscles aren't used for a long time, they start to shrink and get weaker until eventually very little muscle is left. This is called atrophy. So the problem starts in the spine, affects the muscles, and causes atrophy, SMA. So why can't the muscles talk to the motor neurons? The answer is in the nucleus of the cells. The nucleus is the cell's brain in a way. It has chromosomes, which basically contain instructions on how to make everything a cell needs to do its job. The chromosomes themselves are made of long strands of DNA wrapped very tightly. Each little task a cell performs relies on a specific part of the DNA strand called a gene for its instructions. Those with SMA have a gene that does not work like it's supposed to. This is called the survival motor neuron gene number 1, or SMN1 for short. The gene is responsible for creating a special protein that motor neurons need to stay alive. Without them, these cells eventually die, and the body can no longer tell its muscles what to do. About 1 in every 10,000 children born in the Gulf have SMA. About 95% of them die within the first 18 months of birth. Thanks to recent advancements in gene therapy, many of these children can be saved. One such treatment, called Zolgensma, is being offered in Qatar. Zolgensma works by making a copy of the SMN1 gene in a lab. In order for the genes to reach the motor neurons, they need a means of transport. These are called vectors. In this case, the vector is a virus. Don't worry, the stuff inside that makes us sick has been scooped out. A solution containing the vector is inserted into the bloodstream through an IV. The vector travels through the body until it reaches the motor neurons, and the new gene begins producing the necessary proteins. While this technique can save cells that are dying, it cannot bring back old cells. To get your partner or yourself screened for the faulty SMN1 gene, or to check if your child is showing symptoms of SMA, please visit www.hamad.qa. This was Tech Talk Explained with Satajaz.